Okay, welcome back to the channel, and today we're going to do a £10 grocery shop for two people for a week, especially with the rising prices and everything.
I've got a question.
What?
£10, is that enough for snacks? I mean, £10 won't go far. It won't go far after we bought snacks.
There's no snacks, darling. There's no fruit, there's no yogurt, there's no biscuits, there's no cakes, there's no crisps. Not a one.
Booze?
No alcohol for a week.
So it's a dry week and there's no snacks.
Dry week, no snacks. You can have coffee.
You're evil, you are. Absolutely evil.
Come along with us to the shops. Well, we're back from our shop, and I went to Lidl and I spent £2.49, and I went to Tesco's and I couldn't have got it any closer. I spent £7.51, so in total I spent £10. I did have to change things round, which in a way is a good thing because that's what happens in real life. You can't always say, I'm going to get the 20p spaghetti. When you get to the shelf and they don't have it, I ended up having to pay the 29p pasta. So that meant I had to remove the kidney beans, and we then replaced the kidney beans with He Who Must Not Be Named. Wanted more of these instead of the cheese on days. And I managed, the best bit was an additional onion. So sad, but hey ho. So I'll talk you through what I got. I got some minced beef from Lidl along with some beef stock cubes. I've never tried these, and the mince I wouldn't normally get with it being 25% fat, but I'll drain as much of the fat off as I can. And I got the biggest red pepper I could find. Then when we went to Tesco's, I got whole milk where we normally use semi-skimmed, but we thought it'd be more creamier and help better with the porridge. And I'm going to use the marmalade with the porridge. So we got a little jar of marmalade. I would have preferred jam, but again, a penny saving. The bread, I know it's okay. I get this regular, it's only 36p. And we got 15 eggs for 1.18. This is new to me. I've never had that. But at 49p, that will make a nice lunch for me, just on a couple of slices of toast. Veg-wise, I've got 5 onions, 1 parsnip and 2 carrots. With that, I'm going to make some soup with the parsnip, 1 carrot, onion and some of the potatoes and the stock, and the other one for the carrots going in the shepherd's pie. One of the onions is for the shepherd's pie, one's for the chilli, one's for the pasta sauce, and the other one is for a potato omelette for a lunch. So the beans, they'll go in the chilli. One of the tins of tomatoes will go in the chilli. The other tin of tomatoes will go in the pasta sauce. Hence pasta, hence rice. As I say, those one day will both have spaghetti on toast for lunch, and another 2 days he'll have it. And then I've got a big bag of just imperfect potatoes, which will go through with the shepherd's pie, the potato omelette, into the soup, and one day we're going to have as our other meal, because when I make the shepherd's pie, it'll make 2 meals for us both. The chilli will make 2 meals, and so will the pasta. But it means I'm still 1 meal short, so we will have probably 3 eggs, definitely for him. I might have 2 or 3 eggs, along with some chips. So we'll have egg and chips that day. So yes, it's not the most healthy, but can you feed 2 people? Breakfast, dinner and tea. Unfortunately, no snacks. I know you're going to be really gutted because he likes his snacks. So, but no snacks this week. We are going to use some additional products. I'm not taking in tea and coffee. They're additional, we'll use them. Salt, pepper, granulated garlic, chili flakes, mixed herbs and pepper. When it comes to mixed herbs, I buy whatever's cheapest, be it Italian herbs, mixed herbs, oregano. The same with the chili. If it's cheaper to get chili flakes, chili powder, fresh chilies, normally I get fresh garlic, but I'm out at the minute, but I do have garlic powder, so I will use that because normally I pick up a clove of garlic when they're 20p and they last me ages. But I'm out at the minute and I wasn't going to buy just for this because I'll use that. That's part of the whole thing. So, onto the batch cook. And you do have to batch cook to make it the best and to spread. Yes, it's going to be a bit monotonous and boring. And we'll keep you up to date and we'll show you how the cooking goes. So I'm going to start with shepherd's pie. I'm going to use half of the mince. I've split the potatoes, so I've got the rest I need for the week. So I'm going to use them to make my mashed potato. And I'm going to dice the carrot and the onion ready. And I'm going to use, depends on how the stock looks, I'll use 1 to 2 cubes. So I'll get prepping and we'll come back to it in a moment. Well, I have finally finished the batch cook. We've got the 2 portions of chilli, the 2 shepherd's pies, the 2 portions of pasta sauce, and we actually ended up with 4 portions of soup.
Now, I would say that's 2 portions of soup, but...
There's 2 ladles in each.
All right, 4 portions of soup.
And we've kept the fat that came off all the meat, which I'm going to use when I do the potato omelette. And then potatoes are separated, so we had enough potatoes for the...
For chips.
For chips! It's when I do the chilli, I'll probably do a couple of scoops of rice each with it to really bulk it out. And when I do the pasta, it will half a bag each time.
We'll do all that as we go.
Yeah.
But essentially, today we've done the shop for £10. The only thing that we've used today that we didn't have in the £10 were salt, pepper, garlic powder, chili powder.
And mixed herbs.
Mixed herbs. Because we already had them.
Yeah.
But we try to keep them to a minimum and try to keep the things that most people might have about.
Yeah, I mean, we've still got 4 of the stock cubes left.
Correct me if I'm wrong, I've just been watching some of these £10 challenges that, since we're doing one, I was suddenly interested. And the ones I've seen online tend to be £10 for one person
Yes.
for 5 days.
Yes.
And we're doing £10 for 2 people for 7 days.
Yes.
Am I going to be hungry all the time?
It's more of a case of having something in your tummy than sort of...
Right.
If you're having to sort of choose between heating and eating, maybe eating these meals, at least you've got something in your tummy and you can still put the heating on when it's chilly.
Right. So this really is survival on a budget.
Yes.
Right. Fair go. But if we'd had £10 each, because most of it was £10 for one person, we would have had £20 between the 2 of us, and we could have bulked this out even more.
Oh, yeah.
And you've stretched it to £10 for a full week for 2 people.
Yeah.
Right. Why didn't we just do the £20 for 2 people for 5 days? I could have had chocolate biscuits. One woman on there bought Jaffa cakes. We haven't got any Jaffa cakes, I notice.
No.
Right, never mind. That's me tell.
Well, it's one of them things. It's
Choices.
It's to give you an option that you do have. I mean, some people don't have.
Let's not get into politics of the things. This is torturing me enough. Because now I feel hungry because I've smelt food. Right.
I've just given you
a sandwich, yes I know, but it doesn't matter. So, rounding up this section, because the dog wants to go for a walk. All right, Dex, calm down.
Hi, baby.
We're going to try and survive. So 7 days, and essentially what's on the table, plus a few other bits that are in the fridge.
Yeah.
So I get to sulk every day into the camera about how I'm being underfed. Probably.
Yeah.
Tell you something, why don't we weigh ourselves
Yes.
Monday morning before we start.
Yeah.
And then we'll weigh ourselves Monday morning the week after we finish, before we took into a big fry up a week from now. Huge fry up a week from now. Right. So if you want to see how we get on, stick with this video. As I say, I'm not going to split. It'll be one long, dull video. Okay? I'll cut down some of the bits to make it a bit shorter, but one video, I think, start to finish. Right. Wish as well.
It'll be easy. It's just the snacks you're going to miss. Honestly.
Snacks are life. Life is snacks. The dogs agree, because like me, they're scavengers and I'll eat most anything.
Yes.
Right. So, we'll see you later on the video. Ta-ra for now.
Bye. Well, you've just seen what we've eaten for the last 7 days, yeah. Could we survive on it? Yes. Would we particularly want to?
No.
Not if we didn't have to. We missed our fruit. We missed our snacks.
There was a lot of things that we missed. You set this out when you told me we were doing this as, could you spend £10 in store and create enough meals for 7 days? The answer to that is yes. Are they the most exciting meals? No. Meals that will put food in your belly and keep you alive.
Yes. We have lost about £4.5.
I've lost
each.
£4.2 according to the scales this morning.
Well, I got weighed yesterday and it was over £4.
I weighed myself Monday last week before we started. And I weighed myself this morning when I got up. And the difference on the scales is £4.2. That's weighing myself in my pants. Right? £4.2 is the difference between last Monday and this Monday. Did I enjoy it? No. Did I feel hungry? Yes, I did.
At times.
I started to feel hungry on the lead up to meal times. So an hour or so before meal times, regular meal times, I was starting to feel hungry or peckish. We'll call it peckish. I was starting to feel peckish. I was getting ready for my meal. And because I couldn't have a snack, you know how sometimes you just have a coffee and a biscuit an hour or so before meals, just tide you over till meal times, or a piece of fruit, maybe it's a banana. Because there was none of that, I felt it more. I suddenly became more noticeably hungry.
I never missed breakfast all week because it was very much a case of I knew I needed that. Where this morning I've only just had a satsuma.
Oh, it doesn't matter. I was ready for every meal when we had it. I will say that. Every meal came along, I was ready for it, and I wolfed it down, and I could have eaten it again.
Yeah, you'd have, especially the shepherd's pie, it really needed some cabbage on the side to bulk that meal up.
Yeah, the mistake I think we made with this, not really a mistake, the meals we had, like the shepherd's pie, your portion sizes were about the same
It
as
is
normal,
exactly the same.
right, of the amount of shepherd's pie. However, because we didn't have the veg surrounding it to bulk it out, that's why you felt it wasn't enough. Or I felt it wasn't enough. Having said that, I didn't go to bed starving hungry.
No, never went to bed starving hungry.
I was never starving through this.
No, we were just a bit hungry.
I was irritable because I didn't have my snacks. Yeah, I think that's my take from this. The lack of snacks made me irritable. If we'd done this further, if we had to, if we didn't have a choice, and this was going forward, going to be the way, I would soon adapt to it. The reason I found it a struggle is because I've gone from having snacks one week to having no snacks the next week.
Yeah.
And it's that change. We were in a time of change. Yes, you could do this long term. I wouldn't want to. I would not want to continue with a diet something like this. It wouldn't take much more to pad it out, to fill those meals out a bit more.
No, it's if we did have to live on £10 a week, I would do it slightly different anyhow.
Oh, I'm not getting into how coulda, woulda, shouldas, right?
But this was about going to the supermarket.
This was about could you sold this to me as could we survive for 7 days on £10? And the answer to that is yes.
With no reductions, with no freebies, with just
it was take £10 to the shop, buy your groceries for the week.
Yeah.
And could you survive for that week? The two of us, that's 21 meals, breakfast, lunch and tea or dinner.
Yeah.
Right? So 7 days, breakfast, lunch and dinner for a tenner. Yes, the teas and coffees and a few herbs and spices
were additional.
Were additional. They went out the tenner. But the meals themselves, they were out the £10. Yeah. We spent £10. It wasn't pleasant.
No.
But it wasn't horrid.
Was there any of the meals you enjoyed or surprised you that you enjoyed that I know didn't like? There was one I didn't like.
No, there was nothing that was horrid. All the meals were variations of meals that we would normally have, but there was less in them. But they were tasty enough. Whether or not that was because I was hungrier, and there was a meal put in front of me and I ate it and I enjoyed it, and could possibly have eaten another one every time. No, I mean the meals were fine. The thing I struggled with most was the lack of between meal snacks. You know, a piece of fruit now and again.
Yeah.
A cup of coffee and a biscuit. Do you know what I mean?
Me, it'd be the fish sticks. But you did have a meal that you really enjoyed. You forgot how much you did like it.
Spaghetti hoops.
Yeah.
Yeah, the cheapest spaghetti hoops ever that you got from Tesco's, wasn't it?
13p.
Yes, they brought back happy childhood memories.
Where to me, I was like,
Child of the 70s, you see.
these were too sweet for me.
So
I didn't like
spaghetti
them.
hoops, something I hadn't had in years, but they surprised me how much that spaghetti hoops on toast. I loved that because we used to have that quite often at lunch. On a school day, we'd go home, we'd walk home from school at lunchtime and have lunch at home, then go back. And often we'd have spaghetti hoops on toast, and it was nice. Yeah, I enjoyed that. I even had a tin of spaghetti hoops for my lunch up at camp.
Yeah, you did.
Now, I must admit, I took the spaghetti hoops because that's what there was. That's what we had left.
Yeah, he had a choice. He could have took an egg or two and a couple of slices of bread or a tin of spaghetti hoops. So you went for the...
Yeah, well, that was just easier. Open the can, warm it up in a pan and eat it.
Yeah.
But anyway, we digress. Get back to the point. It's a diet you could survive on. It's a bit... I suppose it's a bit like a wartime diet. You can survive on it. Not necessarily going to enjoy it, but you're going to survive on it.
Yeah.
That's possibly why we've lost a bit of weight on it as well, which surprised me because it was mainly carbs, lots of carbs.
Yeah, because carbs...
Porridge, rice, pasta. £10 challenge. Are you
Done
happy
it.
the way it went?
Yeah, I don't think I could have done it any different within the criteria I set.
Would you do it again?
I'd like to do it again, but do it slightly different.
No, I'm not getting involved in it. You can do it again, but I'm not getting involved in this again. Not unless circumstances dictate that we have no choice and we have to survive like that, because, no, I'm not doing it. I like my luxuries too much.
Well,
I was up at camp and there's me with a tin of spaghetti hoops and Big John, right? Big JD, he's got a steak and mushrooms and a creamy sauce and other things to go with it. And he rubbed my face in his steak. Well, not literally, but there he was, scoffing that creamy loveliness. And anyway, I'm taking the steak next time I go. Right, so let's do a little quick roundup. Right. So that was your £10 challenge.
who thinks we should make him do it again, but make him have £10 and cook all week for himself, and I'll do it with just £5 for me.
A, I'm not going to do it. And B, you'd be surprised how often I could turn out a pizza in that oven within the £10 from very little good. That looks like a Pizza Hut pizza. It looks as though I've gone out and bought one and then just stuck it in the oven on the tray.
Right, take this every time I go away. That's what they live on. Takeaway.
We would digress again. We're going off point. So that's the £10 challenge. It's done. I won't be doing one again in a hurry, I'll tell you that. Stop it. Back to normal. I had a nice fried breakfast this morning. Egg and bacon, mushrooms, tomatoes. It was lovely. I missed it. The dogs enjoyed it as well because they get the bacon rind.
Was not being able to get your right tomatoes okay?
But I like tomatoes. I like cherry tomatoes.
Oh,
they're sweeter. Definitely limited this week on fruit and veg. Well, there was no fruit and veg was very limited.
Yep.
And there was definitely no chocolate.
Well,
no chocolate.
Yellow stickers would have been another way.
We're not getting into that. There's lots of other ways you can make different videos about that. This was about your £10 challenge, which you've done. It's going on for hours because you won't wrap it up. £10. We did it. It's done. I'm not doing it again.
Bye.
Ta-ra. Let's see if I can cut any of that rambling into some sort of video. You're evil, you.